Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to my allotment. My name's Richard from the Veg Grower Podcast, and it's a rather chilly February Sunday. Now, I'm down on the allotment, as you can see, and I've got a list of things that I need to tackle today, including cutting glass to complete the repairs to Grandad's greenhouse, planting out my broad beans, and clearing out some more weeds in order to move on and get this allotment ready for the growing season. So, let's get on with it. Well, rather annoyingly, cutting the glass did not go to plan at all. The glass itself just kept breaking, and I'm now out of glass that I could use. I practiced last year, I learned how to do it last year, and it just not working. Just cannot cut the glass even with a new glass cutter. So I'm rather annoyed with myself about that. It could be the old glass that I'm using is too brittle. So I'm going to go this week to a glass cutter and get the pieces cut by the professionals in order to get those fit. It's the only option I've now got. It's annoying, but it is what it is, isn't it, at the end of the day? Now, the reason I was doing this is I wanted to bring my seed potatoes down from home. These are obviously going to be growing down here, so having them at home is just taking up a lot of room, and I kind of want them here. Just to free up room at home, and so they are ready. It won't be long until we actually get, 3 weeks, when we finally get our potatoes into the ground. So they need to be here, ready for then anyway. Right, let's go and get these broad bean plants in. Now, usually my broad beans are sowed sort of October, November time, straight into the bed where they are to grow over winter. And I did do that last winter in this bed right here. Unfortunately, we had that cold frost that really came in, and it killed my broad beans off, which is the first time they have ever failed for me. So just goes to show how cold it is. Luckily, I preempted this and I actually sowed some more broad beans in my greenhouse at home in my root trainers, and they've been in there since. They are looking a little bit sad now, so I think we need to get them into the ground. Right, the soil here in this bed is pretty good actually, but I'm just going to use this bench to help me out. As I say, these are the broad bean plants. They are looking a little bit on the leggy side, but not to worry. So get them in the ground. I think this bed is pretty, as I said, pretty well composted. I always like to leave those around as well. But weeds, couch grass particularly, is a big one. Now we need about 20 centimetres of space between each plant. So I use a trowel as a guide. That's about 20 centimetres, which usually works just about right. There we go. Get that in there. Of course, I'll be removing bits of weed as I see them as well. And again, another 20 centimetres. And I think we can just squeeze one more in at the end, like so. So, again, a bit more compost to go on down there. Let's come to one side and move the bit of wood back. Again, I want about 20 centimetres, maybe a little bit more between the rows. Again, I grow mine in these beds in blocks because it just seems to work nicely for me. I've got to say, using these root trainers does seem to form some really good roots, so it's well worth doing. They are a bit dry on the dry side though, so we're going to have to give this good watering in just a second once they're all planted out. Place that there. Right, well, that's them all now in the ground. I just need to finish this off with a really good watering to really get them established. I'm probably going to put at least 2 watering cans worth of water on these to get these to establish and grow. And then hopefully they will continue to grow and they will provide us with some really good broad beans later on in the year. I haven't actually put a label on this variety, so it's either Grano Velito or Bunyard's Exhibition. I'm pretty certain they're Bunyard's Exhibition. Right, that's 1 watering can's worth. Let's go put the second can on and then tackle the weeding. Well, last week you might remember that I started clearing away the cherry trees in this area. In fact, apart from this one, they've all been cleared. So now this means I can get in here and underneath these gooseberry bushes to really start clearing out the weeds. Now, I'm not going to bore you with that. It's a boring video seeing somebody weed. But I'll put a picture up of what it looks like when I've completed it, which will go up right now so you get an idea. Hopefully I'm going to be very happy with it. It's certainly going to take a lot of work to keep this area as good as I would like it. It's one of these rough areas, but it will improve throughout this year. Now, what I do want to say is, well, thank you very much for watching. It's the end of this video. I hope you are enjoying the allotment updates, and I know it is messy, but spring is literally just around the corner. In fact, by the time this video comes out, we will be into March, and that is when I feel the allotment is really going to start coming to life, and I for one am really excited to really get this season going. And yeah, so hopefully you'll join me throughout the years we watch this allotment change and carry on. Right, enough about that, let's crack on with this weeding.